Hello and welcome to the Kuribros, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime recap podcast. I'm your host, Phoenix. Joining me is my co-host, Andy. I'm not doing funny bit intro here because,
We fucked up. We
we
fucked up.
we fucked up.
We fucked up. So we
Yeah,
are
when
doing.
when I originally scheduled out what we record and when, I really thought there'd be more to these last two episodes because last time we finished off the last time on Yu-Gi-Oh! We finished off the duel between the Pharaoh and Merrick. And I really thought that these last two epilogue bits would be way more. One is, hey, let's all go home, and the other is a flashback recap episode of Battle City.
So we were gonna split this up into one, and I did one, Phoenix did one, but I'm basically doing this one. We'll kind of just talk about our things. I was saying before recording that we'd have to make this look like we didn't fuck up, but we fucked up.
Yeah, so this is going to be our
Epilogue episode?
This will be our season 3 recap episode, talking about that too, after we do the
And the whole saga.
1.2 episodes.
We'll talk about everything, how we feel about kind of Battle City in general, all that kind of saga. Because this is in the whole grand scheme of Yu-Gi-Oh, this is the third out of the 4 sagas in all of Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, our next seasons will be mostly filler, so that kind of sucks. But also, I'm kind of interested in this filler because I don't remember it that well, so it'll be interesting to revisit. But at least talk about the whole Battle City arc overall and everything with that and our thoughts. But to do that, we have to get through this first. And I'll take it away by covering episode 143, which actually does, I thought it was loosely, but pretty much covers everything from the last 2 chapters of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist, which is chapters 218 and 219. We return the gang, wondering why a sane and stable man like Seto Kaiba would decide to blow up an entire island and then disappear without a trace. The gang decides to split up and search the island, which is kind of stupid. We cut to Kaiba Mokuba, and Kaiba is eager to get the show on the road as the unpleasant memories on the island of his loss to Yu-Gi-Oh! And in the manga, they kind of bring this up later, but in the manga, the remains of Kaiba Corp, the arms dealer. The island acted like a symbol for Gozaburo Kaiba, and now Seto Kaiba will wipe the past for good, which, in hindsight, really kind of pisses me off about the Noah arc, but I'll kind of get more into that in a second. Mokuba tells Kaiba all systems are set, and they believe the rest of the gang must have already left, but little do they know, the airship's engines is still causing everyone troubles as we cut the Kaiba Corp employees trying to fix the problem, while some of the less active parts of the squad, and all push for the Kaiba Corp employees to fix it faster. Duke Devlin is literally going, "Why isn't it fixed yet? What's going on? Do you want me to fix it?" Like an annoying fucking customer who doesn't know, to just shut up and let someone fix the problem, or in food service or the service industry. We get more flashbacks to parts of the season that aren't important because they were part of the Noah arc, and we all know how the Kuribros feel about that part of the season, so let's move on. I will say they all connect to Kaiba's past and him wanting to tear it down to start anew. It kind of reminds me just what kind of wasted opportunity the Noah arc was to kind of flesh Kaiba out as the character more, the potential avenues with that, where they kind of just they had this pretty decent idea, which is something that seems to be a trend in Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's a pretty good concept of some kind of revisiting Kaiba's past and touching on all that stuff, and even the surprise brother of Kaiba's, Noah, and then just focus on it as little as possible so everyone else in the gang can have a duel for no reason and duel these 5 people we thought we killed 2 arcs ago. And it just, I don't know, that really just frustrates me. There is a flashback that goes with the manga about Kaiba Mokuba having a dream to open an amusement park, which seems to be Kaiba's next intention now that Battle City is over and done with. We cut back to the searching gang with some of Kaiba's bodyguards as there is 13 minutes left. It's actually 5 in the manga.
They say 10 in the dub.
Really?
Or sub.
Why don't they...
Yeah, they say 10 minutes, and there are 2 times when, spoiler, they do get away from exploding island.exe.
Wait, they did?
But there's twice where they're there's 10 seconds left. They're flying away for a bit. There's 10 seconds left. I'm like, bro, I think your watch is slow.
It doesn't even do like Namek time. It's just whatever the hell they want it to be. Either way, there's a certain amount of time left, and Kaiba's nowhere to be found, which is causing some panic from Joey and Tristan. Joey tries to get the guards to stop the countdown, but only Kaiba knows how to do it, and he is missing, as we've previously established. Duke and Bakura run to the searching squad to inform them that the engines are still not working and need more time, which they do not have. There seems to be a bit of a cut up with Joey, but in the dub, Joey like tries to say he'll fix the engines, and Teia's like, "How are you gonna do that?" And he like backs away. Like he's like running to the ship, and then like he has like an awkward face when Taya like says like brings him back to reality, and then he like kind of like moses on back. Do you know what that was in the sub, or like what the joke was there?
I assume you're talking about the part where Joey runs towards the blimp, stops, backtracks, and then looks at the helicopter that had come to get him.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's like, all right, we gotta get this blimp. I was like, wait, back. How about we just take the fucking helicopter?
Wait, so that was Joey's idea.
I think Joey's the one that, like, he's there to, like, remind the audience, hey, other people, like, the doctors flew to this island.
So, they give, the dub gives this turns this in a way to make Tristan useful, as Tristan points out the helicopter that was meant for Joey when he was unconscious and almost dead. So the Battle City crew all pile into the helicopter. As the helicopter takes off, Yami and Taya look out the window, fearing that they left the Kaiba brothers to their doom, as they are mere seconds away from the explosion. As they fly away, the island begins to explode and crumble in on itself. The gang mourn the thought of the Kaiba brothers being caught in those explosions, when suddenly, through the smoke, a blue-eyes white dragon emerges. That's right, folks. We finally get our blue-eyes white jet that the very normal Seto Kaiba made himself.
And you can tell he's normal about it because he just starts laughing as he flies past the helicopter. He's like, yeah, are you all impressed?
He's like, I'm better than you. The manga has them in a fighter jet, but is that really as cool as flying a blue eyes white dragon?
No, it's not. The dragon's better.
Dragon is way better. Mokuba wonders why they aren't in the airship, but Kaiba doesn't really give a fuck. He's in a blue eyes white jet. Joey freaks out over the radio to Kaiba, but Mokuba tells them they have important Kaiba core business to attend to. They say in the manga they're going to America, or they're going to America to do their thing.
When Mokuba asks how come they're not in the blimp, Kaiba says, guess the battleship doesn't like them. Which, like...
That's funnier.
What?
I guess they said, fuck you to the best. It's like, he knew Kaiba lost, so he's like, I'll help you out, brother. Damn.
I'm going to interject here also because just to add more context, because I'm sure the dub did this and the sub didn't, but maybe they did in the manga. Kaiba does also announce, like you had said, they're going to America, and he says they're going to work on Kaiba Land stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually says to Joey, I'll invite you there eventually for like a duel thing, which I think is a good nod to like Kaiba's like begrudging acknowledgement of Joey.
Oh yeah, he does. I wonder if he does that in the manga. Actually, I didn't catch that. He definitely doesn't do that in the anime, in the dub at least. He definitely is more of a, hey Joey, you suck kind of thing. They also cut out, actually, something that I noticed. They cut out Bakura finding the Millennium Ring, which he does in the manga. I don't think he does in the anime. Kaiba does say something about goodbye to Alcatraz, because it's Alcatraz in the, I assume the dub too, or the sub too, but not the dub. No, he doesn't acknowledge Joey, really. Like, he kind of like gives them a nod, is like a goodbye, but doesn't really say anything about like Joey can like come and do something. But that's like a nice nod. I like that.
Yeah.
Kaiba tells the gang that this isn't the last they will see of him as they fly off onto their next business endeavor. Yugi acknowledges this new dream to Yami and reminds the audience that now they will make their next step to bring back Yami's memories, which they will try and do and fail in filler. Spoiler alert. The gang finally arrive back to Damo City and begin to say their goodbyes. Shizu and Merrick's thank Yami for his help in thwarting the evil Merrick's plans, and also kind of the good Merrick in a way, and save the world. Shizu tells Yami that now is the time for him to find his own memories. Merrick hopes they can be friends as they say their goodbyes and go off back home. The gang take their time to say goodbye and go their separate ways. Mai gets the longest goodbye because she's Mai. And we cut to the grandpa's card shop where Yugi feels relief for being home, but Yami says there's still something they have to do, as Yami shows Yugi the red eyes Joey had. Yugi tries to sneak out early in the morning and wakes Grandpa up. Grandpa wonders where Yugi is going, but Yugi promises he'll be back soon. As Yugi walks down the streets of Domino City, he says, Battle City is not over yet. I have one thing left to do. Then we see Joey, who is ready to see how far he has come. We see a flashback to when Joey and Yugi became friends. Chapter 1. Can you believe how far we've come? Joey trying to fish out Exodia. Joey saving Yugi from the fire at the beginning of Season 2. Joey giving Yugi his Red Eyes Black Dragon until he's able to earn it back. Yugi and Joey foiling Merrick's plans. And Joey almost beating Merrick in the finals. Yugi turns into Yami, and we see the flashback of Yugi seeing the very moment they are about to step into after they think Joey is dead. Yami and Joey get their duel disc ready, and their fated battle begins as the episode ends. And this is the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist. This is the final panel, is Yugi and Joey, epic splash page, getting ready to do their duel. And it looks really cool.
Yeah.
If only we could have seen that duel. Would have been nice.
Yeah, you'd think the next episode would, start off that duel, but I'm going to summarize episode 144 in 3 sentences. Taya shows Serenity around Domino City as an excuse to remind the audience of all the previous duels that happened there. The Kaiba Corporation has reduced the price of duel discs, so now more people have access to them after the tournament. And then Taya goes to go hang out with the Pharaoh because she wants to enjoy the time she can with him before he has to go back. End episode.
Happy Season 3, guys. Jesus Christ, what a shitty way to end.
Yeah.
At least we ended like Season 2 with the end of Season 2 ended with Bakura versus Merrick.
Yeah, that was like a cool showdown where Bakura died for the 3rd time.
And not the last time, let me tell you that much. And then Season 1 was, I think, Dungeon Dice Monsters, so damn, that sucks.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Has really weird final season episodes.
I don't know if it's the release schedule. I gotta look more into this someday. I gotta be a professional and actually care about this podcast in that way. Just kidding. I do care about the podcast in that way. I'm just dumb.
I think it may have just been the Wild West of early anime.
Maybe. I mean, especially for like dub. That's just the Wild West of it all. But that's kind of it. We're here at the end of Season 3 and the end of the Battle City arc, so where do we want to go? Do we want to say what we liked about it? Do we want to kind of give like our overall thoughts on the season first, and then kind of an overall thoughts on the Battle City, or just kind of do both?
Well, we already did our Season 2 coverage of Battle City, so for this time we should probably stick to all Season 3 stuff.
Okay.
Which unfortunately does mean we have to acknowledge that half of the season was in fact taken up by the Noah arc, where they went to the virtual world to fight with the Big Five, and Gozaburo was also there. And
yeah, I guess we could talk about that. So I think what we can really talk about is what I was mentioning before. Is, don't you think that arc could have been a lot better if it was just completely Kaiba focused, or like the majority Kaiba focused, with like the squad like kind of like taking a back seat?
Yes, 100%. Especially because like at the end of this, we know that the Pharaoh is about to go and should be about to go and deal with all of his stuff, which means that this would be the time you'd think we'd want to knock out everyone else's backstory, character development stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it could have been shorter. It didn't have to be as long as it was, and a lot of that time was wasted on the gang fighting the Big Five.
Yeah, that's 5 duels with the Big Five, the one where it's all of the Big Five, 2 duels with Noah, and 1 with Gozaburo. It's
wastes a lot of time, and like a lot of those episodes could have been just the episodes of getting the Kaiba brothers backstory, getting the motivation behind Noah and what he's doing. The duels had to be the B plot in this, but in this formula, I don't think they could recognize that had to be the thing. This is kind of, I think, one of the things that Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of suffers from, as maybe after Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like the series is done and they have to kind of go back to like, okay, we're selling this is like a vehicle to sell the cards. We do a lot of card games, but a lot of those card games don't really matter in the end. They're very like villain of the week. And that was what this kind of was villain of the week. And with the story actually kind of puttering along in the background till it needed to actually get going. And it was just frustrating and took a lot of time away from the things that mattered for it. And it didn't even have a satisfying ending, really, because even though like Kaiba did beat Gozaburo and like won in the end, he should have been the one to beat Noah too. Like it should have been both his wins. It doesn't really feel like earned that Yugi won. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nothing really felt like a victory in this one. It just kind of felt like we're finally done, which I think is a failure of the arc. It's something I know I notice also with the other thing I'm reading a little bit, but I'll have to finish that before I can make my final judgment.
Yeah, it's pacing issues. I assume they needed to fill in some sort of time slot to make it go longer, because an actual like manga arc, because this is all based off the manga, should take as long as it needs, not as long as a TV show needs. So there are parts where they have to stretch and squitch to make things fit for whatever they want the actual slot for a season to be, whereas I think they used to be like 26 episodes, then became like 13 or 12, and now they're down to like 9 for some things. And so there's a lot that they have to add or cut, which certain shows are better at than others, and this one was... They did use material that we had seen before a bit. We'd heard about Gozaburo. We saw him in Season 0. The Big Five were previously used in filler, so I guess just reusing them made sense.
Yeah. It's all connected to Kaiba too. Like they were like tangible people who were canonically trying to take down Kaiba, and even like, and they did it in the filler too. So it's easy to kind of bring them back.
Yeah, so they're not entirely unfounded. It just was not well executed.
Yeah, because they're fighting Taya. They're fighting, which I do go on record saying I really like that duel, and I do like that duel still. But kind of, I like it on its own as its own thing. Like I don't like it overall in the story. It doesn't really make much sense. It's just a reason to have Taya be active in the story. I don't really care about watching like. we said it all the time, but man, that fucking Duke, Serenity, and Tristan duel fucking sucked.
Yep.
Like that shit fucking sucked, dude. And the Joey duel kind of fucking sucked.
And yeah, and we did go on probably a bit too long about the whole how much we hated the parts of the arc that were about Tristan and his monkey body and just not enjoying Tristan at all. But he didn't add anything by being here. And like the role of move Serenity from A to B was more done by Mai in Battle City Season 2. And like Tristan didn't need to be the person to do the things that Tristan's character did.
Exactly. It just all felt so inorganic, and just it was tedious. It like every time it went to like the Duke, Tristan, Serenity love triangle, I just wanted to fast forward because it didn't add anything. It was stupid. It wasn't even funny. And it's not even really done that way in the manga. Like, Tristan's not this scummy guy who's trying to get Serenity. I don't even really think Duke tries to really go for Serenity either, to be completely honest with you. So when they all, like, meet up, they're all just friends, and it's fine. Yeah, and then, like you said, for Season 2, Mai is also kind of more of the mother of that. With everyone, and that kind of makes sense because she is the older one, so she does like have more reason to take charge. So it just kind of was all a waste and just felt like nothing. Even the Yugi duel wasn't like necessarily that great.
Not really. Like if we were to do like our favorite episodes of this, they would all just be the duels from the finals.
Oh, absolutely. There wouldn't be like I can't even say the Noah duels were that interesting. It was, even those were tedious because and it made sense with like kind of like narratively with Noah because he just kept trying to find ways to make himself win, which was kind of his like the whole thing with him. But it wasn't good. None of it was like, it wasn't done well. And I don't really care. I don't care. Like, you didn't give me enough time to care about Noah. You took me That's the thing, is like you took us away from a story that we cared about to force us into another story because you guys had to like take some time to, space everything out, probably because you were catching up with the manga and everything or whatever have you. And like forced us into this virtual world and said, we have to care about this little guy, like this little digital brat. Like we were trying to have it. I believe we tried to go into it with the best intentions, but truly just not a good, well executed arc. Moving on from that to the Battle City finals, that shit fucking rocked.
Oh yeah, that was immediately. It's like holy shit! Everyone who's in it is dueling in a 4-for-all. We're breaking off into like the semifinals where like there are stakes between them, between Merrick and Joey and Kaiba and Yugi. We get the final showdown, which has been waiting for since the start of season 2. This rules.
When you think about for the beginning of season 2 and where it ended, I don't think anyone really expected the whole like, unless you watched the show before, obviously, the whole like Joey versus, or not Joey, the Yugi versus like an evil Merrick. Like I'm sure a lot of people thought it was going to be this Merrick that they were going to be facing, like the good Merrick, but they found a way to make him, or make this like dark Merrick like even more sickening, and made us hate him more right off the bat, which is kind of crazy. Because it wasn't like the evil Merrick got that much time, like compared to like the regular Merrick. So like, it was props to Takahashi for making a really, really like sadistic villain that kind of made me like, gave me like real feelings. I like this. I like him as a villain. Probably my second favorite villain of the stories, and Pokora is my first.
Yeah, the villains are, well,
Villain.
the non-filler villains are all really good.
Which is just the one. And you know what the funny thing is? Even every time Merrick is in the filler, he's the best part. Like, he steals the show, and he's only in for like maybe 15 minutes, if that. Maybe less. And all he does is just trying to look for them. And so it's just funny. But it, like, the Battle Royale duel was really fun. It was very strategic. It's like, it was well thought out strategy-wise. And like pacing wise with the story, and every move that everyone did made sense and felt like something they were to do. And to have like Joey kind of reveal he wants to be the one to face Merrick, and Yugi was kind of protecting him, it was kind of a nice moment, because Yugi letting him go and doing that, it let Joey know that I trust you to stand on your own 2 feet, and I won't protect you anymore. Go win this duel. I think you've grown as a duelist. And to be fair, he did.
Yeah, he should have won, but the story said no.
But the Shonen Jump editors probably said no. They're like, no, it's gotta be Yugi, idiot. It's like, okay. Well, I wonder if there was a plan. Well, maybe one of the thought processes for Takahashi was maybe. No, there's no way. Now I'm just thinking about it.
I don't think there was. I think it was always.
It's always been Yugi and Merrick. I think it would have been anticlimactic any other way, but
I guess this is in a sense that was like the best you could have given Joey, because otherwise it's just another person who loses to Merrick.
Yeah, exactly.
But by giving him like the Joey should have won, we get justification of Joey's growth throughout all of Battle City that he wanted to get. And we get to say that our boy was robbed, which everyone loves saying when their favorite team loses.
It's kind of true. It is very true. Everyone loves having that discussion where it's like they everything should have pointed to their winning, and unfortunately, life likes to take things away from us and make things sad.
Will Smith voice, we was robbed.
We was robbed.
Joey Wheeler, you have got to kick that man's butt.
I could imagine it going away where it's like, nah, I feel like that would still be anticlimactic, because even if Joey or Yugi went on,
I think this is the best way we could have had it play out.
Yeah, I really, honestly, now just thinking about it and talking it out now, it just, yeah, it would have been stupid any other way.
Like, we got to see evil Merrick shit himself when Joey's still standing after being incinerated.
Man, that was such a great part of the scene. Like, everything about that scene was like, he's like, I really thought I was going to lose there. Holy fuck. That's insane. And then taking that sigh of relief is just like crazy. And then but I wonder what Merrick thought when he realized Joey didn't die. Like, Joey comes back right at the end. He's like, holy fuck, you're still alive?
It's just, nah, I'm fucked.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Fuck.
Shit. Here we go again.
It was just a great duel. And then it gets followed up by, every time Yugi and Kaiba duel, it truly is just one of the best like rivalries. It shows every time why they're the best rivals, or one of the best rivals in all of like anime. God, that duel is fun. And it kind of, and like not having it be like an Egyptian god showdown, or like starting it off as an Egyptian god showdown, but that not being the best part of it all, really kind of sold the duel for me.
Yeah, they got to pivot back to what Battle City started with the tablet, and us getting more context of the showdown between Priest Seto and the ancient pharaoh, and also reaffirm like their bond and like what connects the two of them.
And yeah, and it foreshadows a lot of what we will see someday in the future. But it's definitely it definitely has a lot of parallels. It's definitely very Destiny bonding themed, and it's crazy how this is, I think, the third. I think this is the third duel they've done, right?
Yeah, there was the first one with my grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards. There was the battle on the roof of Pegasus's castle,
And now this
and
one.
now we got this.
And
they'll duel again, right? In canon, they duel again, right?
Well, actually, yeah, they do. In canon, they do. Well, not Yami and... Well, actually, kind of. We'll get there someday.
I mean, yeah, we...
kind of do.
Spoiler, I'm going to say that...
Well, there's a few.
No.
There's a few.
Yeah. I'm going to say Dark Side of Dimensions is canon.
No, that's definitely canon, because Takahashi...
It's definitely manga canon.
It's definitely manga canon, and I think it can be anime canon too, because it's just...
I think it should be, because that movie whips ass and is... My God, it's like 2.5 hours long.
It's I think Takahashi wrote it. I mean, he had involvement in it. He animated one of the parts of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool tidbits in that movie. It seemed like he was very excited to like be a part of that back in the day, which wasn't that far away, but it's still R.I.P. So yeah, like what my point was, every time Kaiba and Yugi have dueled, it feels a little different than the last, and I like that. Like I feel like it shows the growth. Obviously, it shows growth in the card game and how the game evolved, but also like each one's kind of thematically different. Like in the first one, it's like very much like a Yugi just facing off against a rival who is gone down a wrong path. This one feels like the stakes are fighting for their something that's very important to them, and it also was a good exhibit of what did Yugi really like showing, like really kind of showing his strengths and going off against someone who is of equal to him. Because if we go back to thinking back to Duelist Kingdom, Yugi won a lot of those duels beforehand pretty handedly, and not with a lot of the same kind of level of play as him facing off against Kaiba. Like that was literally like watching a battle shonen in card form. And this one just kind of elevates that, and then adds the bond in there with like the ancient Egyptian prophecy and how much they've grown, and whatever thing, like their whole rivalry summing up into this one moment, and it's just done really well. So yeah.
So anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh's good. Everybody should watch it.
We should watch it. And we got one more duel, as Yugi did win that duel with, it's Dark Paladin, right?
Yes.
I love that card. And we go to the one thing we just covered, which is Yugi and Merrick. I mean, just as like really good. It's just another really good duel. I think we kind of really talked about last episode, but to kind of cover that again is Yugi Merrick just fucking whipped.
Yeah.
The stakes were really good, with like kind of Merrick putting him in a corner with, oh no, if I lose, I could lose both Yugi and myself, but if I beat Merrick, we lose the good Merrick and he's still around, facing off against the quote unquote the most powerful Egyptian god card, which remains to be seen, and kind of like having Merrick like take down, I think I don't think he took down both, did he? Can't remember even now. It's been a couple weeks. Did he take
That
both?
hardly matters.
Either way, the good guys win. We all get to go home, and we get to move on to a lot of filler. But before that, we will take our regularly scheduled 2-week in between season break, and we will talk about some in between Battle City things, in between Battle Cities and this arc thing. First thing we'll do is something I've been actually really excited to do. We're gonna watch the first Yu-Gi-Oh movie, or I guess the second technically, because if we count that OVA or whatever that we did in between season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing the Pyramid of Light.
Yes. Movie time. Get your popcorn. Get your 3D glasses. Get your...
Was there 3D? Was it 3D? It wasn't 3D.
I don't think it was. I'm just trying to make references to like movie gimmicks.
Get your Get your sticky floor.
Get the floor sticky.
Get your floor sticky. Yeah, we're
Get
gonna
a mop.
we're gonna do Pyramid of Light, which will be really cool. I saw that movie in theaters way back in the day. Got my card. Got a Blue Eyes Shining Dragon somewhere hidden. Cool cards. Got a lot of cool cards in that. Weird villain. Not really a great villain, I don't think, but maybe he is. I haven't watched the movie in I don't know how many years.
Well, we'll find out.
What's the last time you watched the movie, Phoenix?
I think I've seen Pyramid of Light once.
No, you haven't. Really?
It's either once or twice. It's like barely I've seen it.
I feel like we didn't watch it a lot as kids. That's crazy to me.
That or I don't know. I don't remember seeing it that much. Like I remember like the general plot, but there's also not much plot there to remember.
No, it is well, I guess we'll get into it next episode, but that's
They did the thing where it's like, oh, this anime is popular enough, let's make a movie.
and it can kind of work, and you can kind of fit it into canon a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you're kind of wondering why Kaiba never has the Blue Eye Shining Dragon after that, but that's neither here nor there because he gets a lot of cooler cards in the future. And then after that, I'm going to kind of take a little charge, and I'm going to cover in between the last two arcs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Story that they do in the manga, not done by Kazuki Takahashi, but the art and story by Akira Ito, Yu-Gi-Oh! R, which is kind of goes back to the Pegasus stuff. So there's he had a pupil that took over Industrial Illusions and I guess wants revenge for, well, it's a little different than that, but basically he has a pupil who wants revenge because he thinks Yugi killed Pegasus, because Bakura killed Pegasus in the manga.
Just real quick, because I was curious, I looked up Akira Ito because the name was kind of familiar. He co-created Card Fight Vanguard.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Takahashi probably helped him out there because I'm sure there was maybe he was an assistant or something.
Could have been, but I look cool. He's the guy who makes the card games.
Hey, there we go. It's always nice. I mean,
why is the third picture this thirst trap picture?
I don't know. I don't know.
That is absolutely something different.
I don't even want to know. I'm not even going to pretend to ask.
All right, I was wrong. The thirst trap picture I thought was actually the album cover for a 1995 single by someone named Akira Ito.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a more common name. Who knows?
I don't know.
Either way.
Shout out to you, 1995 heartthrob Akira Ito.
What I did, something I learned about this is it was done after Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole series was done as a manga. So there is some interesting stuff in there about a couple of people's decks that we'll see in the last arc, but I'm reading it right now and it's okay. So we'll see how I feel about it in the 2 episodes from now. And then we'll get to do season 4 proper with Waking the Dragons.
Yep.
Which could be good. Could be bad.
Who Waken the Dragon?
We're definitely going to see a different side of Yami this season, I think. Well, yeah, but yeah. Phoenix is just staring off into space. I think thinking about the fact that we're going to have to do 1.5 arcs of filler.
There's so much filler in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not that much. I mean, in the retrospective,
we've been over this. Half of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is filler.
Well, half of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is filler. And then there's just filler spin-offs.
Yeah.
Oh, well. And we'll get to the good stuff eventually again. But we'll like we tried to do with the No arc, we'll go in with the best intentions. And we'll make fun of the stuff that we think stupid. So we'll see what happens.
Oh. Yeah, it'll be great. And I'll go back to doing funny, witty intros. And
well, this one is not. This is not
I have
one
to
of those
schedule
things.
that season 4.
Oh yeah, you do. We'll figure it out. You're going to see Mai again.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see all the fun character development she's gone through.
Oh boy! All right. Well, do we want to kind of wrap this up here?
Yeah, sure. Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 3. The first half, it's fine. The rest of it whips ass.
Yeah. If we're just kind of doing ratings, the first arc, probably a 3 out of 10. If we're doing the second half, 10 out of 10. Literally, probably some
Yeah.
of the best Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, easily.
Yeah.
It's this was the best arc. This is the Battle City arc is the best Yu-Gi-Oh arc. Probably hard to compare. It's gotta be like that, then probably maybe Millennium World, and then Duelist Kingdom, and then probably the first one, because the first one's just a lot of figuring out what sticks. That's fine.
It's fine.
That's fine. And then whatever filler arcs is way below that. Especially the Noah arc. Probably Noah arc has probably been Noah arc, or maybe nah, because that like the other big 5 wasn't really like an arc. It was like 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes. Doesn't matter.
Who fucking cares? So no arc. Fuck no arc. All right. Do we want to do our socials, medias?
Sure. You can find me twitch.tv/PhoenixFarce, youtube.com/PhoenixFarce. I play games. I upload videos there. Yay. Where can people find you on the internet?
You could find me on Instagram at apapasergi, PAPPASERGI. I might change the handle someday soon, so if you do, you'll not know that I'll edit everything out. And you can find us on Instagram at the Kuribros. You can find us on Twitter at _Kuribros. You can find us on YouTube at the Kuribros. That's really it for me. Signing off. My name's Andy.
I'm Phoenix.
Giddy up and let's go watch a movie.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Oh, man.
Don't copyright this song. It might be public domain.
I think isn't that like the whatever. All right. Goodbye, guys.